Alrighty, welcome back to my team career mode. We have 3 rounds left of the second season of the series, and before we start, I've got a couple of things to show you for continuity's sake. First of all, as you can see by looking in the top right of the screen up there, I have changed the team name. I've got rid of the foot, so now it just says Crim F1 team. I really don't like the name, so if you have any suggestions for what I could name my team, please do let me know and I will definitely take it under consideration. Also, I have changed my driver name. Obviously I'm not FUTcrim anymore, I'm F1crim, so I'm now just called Crim. Again, only the surname really matters and I don't know what to make the first name, so Crim. There we go. Now, looking at the standings, we have 3 races left. In the constructors, we can fight for a maximum of P6, although 10 points is a tall order, and obviously RB scores nothing, so maybe that's a bit too far of a venture. Alpine, I reckon, is catchable. They've been a little bit stinky recently, so P7 will be ideal by the end of the season, but realistically, P8 is also quite good. I'd like to just secure that. In the drivers, same sort of case, the maximum place we can get is P10, ahead of ex-teammate Nico Hulkenberg, but realistically, all I really want to do is finish ahead of the Alpines, both in drivers and constructors. Also, if you're interested at the top, it is actually very close in the drivers. As you can see, there is 10 points between the top 3 going into the final 3 races of the season. The constructors a bit of a wider gap, 50 points, probably not going to change, but the drivers, it's all up for grabs between Hamilton, Russell, and Charlie. So we're going to Mexico. Let's get into quali and see what happens, because I don't know, do you know what I mean? It's quali time! Let's take a look at these first lap times. We're going to have a 19... Where'd I get 19 from? Anyway, a 12.9 by Fernando Alonso. He's going to lead us away. What has Theo done? About as much as I expected last. However, not that far last. He set the exact same lap time as Mr. the Zhou Guan Yu, and he's only like half a tenth away from Magnussen. In the R&D thing, by the way, we are currently ahead of Sauber by a diddy amount. So realistically, we should be beating the Saubers, or at least be close to them. So an ideal quali position is P18. If I get P18, that's a quality result. Of course, the main target is to beat my teammate, Theo Porcher. He has set a 1 minute 14.076. That's the goal. Let's go smash it. Just want to say before I start my first quali lap, oh yes, I'm bringing this back. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the FUTcrim YouTube channel. I upload almost daily career mode videos. I like to be funny, even though I know I'm not, and I'm fat. So yeah, subscribe. Anyway, let's start this first quali lap. Now, it's been a very long time since I last drove around Mexico. I do like this track though. I like all the fast bends. It's quite nice. So don't know how much overtake to use, I reckon that'll do. To be honest, I don't think there's much time that I can gain or lose by mucking up the overtake. Into turn 1, braking was late and not enough, and getting oversteer already on brand new softs, which, no, not great. Sector 1's going to be a 27.7, I'm going to put in a, okay, a little 27.6 for the boy, going to be a 10th up on Jack. That's lovely. Alright, these corners are always scary, especially when my car is, from the off, very snappy and skiddy and low grippy and oversteery and snappy. Sector 2, okay. I've got a Sector 2 in me. It's a shame that, historically, my Sector 3 is absolute dog milk. It is a true shame, but maybe I could put a good one together. That felt okay, but definitely lost a bit of time. Also could have used more overtake, but for a first lap, yeah, that's alright, you know. I mean, I'm more than half a second up on Theo Porcher. I'm actually 6/10ths up on him. P16, which of course it won't stay like that, but if it did, I'd be through to Q2. That's a very nice first lap. Right, here we go then. Final run of Q1. And I will say that as it currently stands, and I believe most drivers have done their second laps, I'm still P16. So I might only need to find a little improvement on this lap to actually make it through. And what a result that would be. That'd be lovely. That's like West Ham winning a game of football, you know. It is truly a wonderful thing. Into turn 1, braking was a lot better that time. A little bit earlier, but also just worked. And no oversteer. Oh, that is a diabolical sector 1. 2.5 tenths up already. Have some of that. Now this corner I really struggled with on my first run, went very wide. This time I have absolutely smashed it out the park. George Russell goes fastest, so that's going to help him catch up in the Drivers' Championship if he can stay in P1. Going to keep it flat through here because I've got very large bollocks and the car can handle it. Into the final sector. That was, bit icky sticky, but it's okay. And I tell you what, my Sector 3 has been feeling bloody gorgeous. I'll tell you what, round the final corner, ERS on, come on! Easy Q2 appearance for FUTcrim. Almost Q3. Of course, it's a different session, but like, you know, I was almost top 10. That's unheard of. As you can see, half a second away from the leaders, which, you know, that's really, really good. Only, to be fair though, there was only a tenth and a bit between me and getting knocked out. It was actually quite close. I did have to find 2 tenths at least to make it through. Unfortunately for Theo he does go out in P21 as expected, although he almost beat both of the Saubers, which for him is like winning the World Championship. So honestly, he could be pleased with that, I guess. Anyway, on to Q2. Alright, Q2. Only doing the 1 lap because I've only got 1 set of softs left that are new. To get into Q3, I'm going to have to breach the 1 minute 12s, preferably a 12.8, which I'm probably not going to do. But if I want to complete my other objective of beating the Alpines, I need a 13.2, so that's the target. I'm going to send it like I'm silly into turn 1. That was way too late on the braking, but it is definitely recoverable. Over the curbing, bit of oversteer, that's not great really, is it? Going into Sector 1, I'm going to be... what? What do you mean purple Sector 1? I'm sorry. Hang on, am I just like absolutely cooking right now? Am I on an absolute flyer? Oh, big stack of oversteer. Am I on a Lewis Hamilton Singapore 2018? Is that what this is? Well, actually, it kind of isn't because Hamilton was perfect. This has been crap. And I'm still 2.5 tenths up, but I've braked too late and I've gone wide. Oh, poo. Oh, I've gone wide again. Oh, what an absolutely atrocious final sector. That has completely ruined everything. No, that's such a shame. Oh, and I still did a 13 dead. Oh my goodness. That should have been the freest Q3 appearance of my life. What was the gap for me get... 700ths away. And I didn't even beat the Alpines either because one of them got through. Checo Perez out though, that's quite funny. It's a shame I got all that Perez merch, but yeah, that's tough really. I lost, like what, 2-3 tenths in the final sector and had like 2 massive bits of oversteer through Sector 2, and I could have very, very, very easily got into Q3. However, there are some massive positives. Well, one main one, and that is, of course, I've qualified P12, which might be my highest quali of the season, at least top 3. So that is incredibly encouraging. I'm feeling optimistic for the race because I was P12, where I could have very easily got into Q3. That means I've got pace. So, race time, starting P12, Theo P21, I believe. Let's crack on. 25 laps of this wonderful Formula 1 Gran Premio de la Ciudad. That means city, doesn't it? Yeah, because it's Mexico City Grand Prix. See, I know Spanish. Yeah, no, I'm feeling great, to be honest. I feel like points is genuinely possible on pace. Of course, a couple of DNFs, a couple of, you know, incidents could help me, but I think it's definitely doable. And would you look at that as well? On the grid, someone's decided to take an engine penalty. Honestly, not a bad call. Mexico is one of the best tracks for overtaking because of the long straight. Engine penalties, it's not the worst place. You know, at least it's better than Monaco. There was an AI that actually took an engine penalty in Monaco. It was a bit nuts in one of my other series. But here we are, strategy. What is that tyre wear? That is egregious. So we start out in like the 116s. We go all the way to the 17.5s. Okay, well, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Of course, options are available. You want to stop a lap earlier, stop a lap later. I just can. And we are ready. 3 races left of the season, targeting P7 in the constructors. Let's just send it into turn 1 and make some places up. Right, come on, let's do it. My starts have been getting a lot better recently. Let's hope I can keep that run of form up. And boom, we are away. And that start didn't feel terrible, even though it was terrible. I've had massive wheel spin, and I've already lost 2 places. 3 places. Brilliant. I sort of what? No, actually, no. This is opening up for me beautifully. And then, of course, Checo Perez has to drive in the way. Was an absolute bell end. Round turn 1, this is going to become unbelievably sketchy. Someone's crashing. Someone is going to die. I'm on the grass. I'm being hit in the back. I'm going to have to go off here just so I don't die. But I've come back on, and I actually stayed where I started. So that's not too bad. And actually, hello, Lando Norris. Hello, I'm going up the inside, boss. And there ain't nothing you can do about it because you're an AI and you're crap at racing. Around the outside of Lando. Look at that. I told you points was possible. I'm already in the points and we're on lap 1. Isn't that unbelievable? And then, look at Red Bull. P9 and P8 for the Red Bull drivers. I mean, they're leading the constructors by 50 points. I said that wasn't possible for Ferrari, but if Red Bull are putting up a big 4 points on the day, well, actually, no, it's more than that, a big 6 points. That's actually doable. Now, one thing I am concerned about today is going to be my straight line speed, because I don't think it's particularly brilliant. And because obviously my car is on the lower end of the field in terms of pace, I don't really have that good ERS recharge, so management is going to be very key. But hang on, is there a little move? No, definitely not. Alright, this is going to end well for me. As you can see, I've got 15% overtake. Actually, oh, look at that! I've actually got some straight line speed in this thing. That is unbelievable. I was not expecting that. I thought Lando was just going to blitz past me like no tomorrow. But no, I have actually managed to hold my own. I will say, though, you can definitely tell, like, the car difference is going on. Just the acceleration away from corners and, like, the steering is, yeah, you can easily tell the difference. But I'm still here, kind of. It's a good thing that the field spread is quite low. As you can see, there's, like, 2 seconds between me and, like, second. If it wasn't like that and the field was spreading fast, I'd be cooked. I'm also really slow through these corners, like, especially slow compared to the AI. I'm not entirely sure why. And in fact, here comes Lando. Go for a barbaric overtake. I don't know why the AI always go for moves there. It literally never works. I need to somehow charge my ERS, but I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that yet. But yeah, my recharge is absolutely pathetic. Like, I only gain about 10% a lap, which I then have to use, like, on the main straight. It's very cooked at the moment. I'm going to try and turn my ERS off through these corners, and that seems to be working okay. Obviously, they can't overtake here, and I should stay within DRS, but here is where I lose a lot of time. As you can see, 0.5, I go through here, 0.6. Okay, I only lost like half a tenth that time, but it's still a lot. Here comes Lando again, trying his crazy overtakes. So I think that might be the meta, just through the place where they can't overtake, which is here and just after Sector 1. Just turn the ERS to off, just so I can get that little bit more charge down the straights, which is actually going to play a massive part in me staying in the point scoring positions. And I think Lando might have had enough. Hang on. Can I, yeah, pull away. Come on. Go, go, go. 334 miles an hour. That's lovely. Miles an hour. If I was doing 340 miles an hour, I'd be in that stand over there or hit a tree somewhere. No. Alright, sit rep. Lap number 7 has begun. Just struggling, really. Just holding on until a hero comes. You know, it's not fun. I'm stuck behind Perez. He's stuck behind Verstappen. Lando's stuck behind me. No one can overtake because we all have the same straight line speed, and mine's slightly better. ERS recharge is a bit on the low side, like I've said. So I've got enough to defend, but nowhere near enough to attack. And basically, I might just sit here until the end of the race. That is a very real possibility. I would also say the tyre wear is disgracefully low. We are now starting lap 8. And as you can see, my tyre wear is like 14%. That is nothing. If I wanted to, I could easily extend my stint by a lap or two. Hang on, Lando Norris, where are you coming from? Hang on, wheel to wheel, we're into turn 1. Should be able to defend very easily, but that's a bit dodgy, to be honest. I'm not happy about that whatsoever. And as you can see, Perez is now 1.2 seconds ahead of me. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Oh, wait, look at that. One of the Sonoda. You're an absolute legend, mate. you are a hero of the game. He has actually fought Lando Norris and given me that second gap. However, I have also still outside of Perez's DRS, even though he's got traffic in the way of him, I can't catch back up. So that's a bit cooked. Alright, this is where my race goes from doing pretty good to going horrifically wrong. I'm going to be about 2 seconds behind Checo just because he's got DRS and I don't. Lando's also kept DRS on me. And I have got like 7 cars queuing up behind me. So this ain't going to end well for Crim, F1 Crim, whatever you want to call me. It's not going to end well for me. Car is now also extremely skiddy, and actually, I have a little plan here. I've got a great plan. Lando goes for the overtake, and I don't defend it. Ew, little bit of intelligence coming out from Fat Crim. So now, as I completely cock up Sector 3, I now have DRS behind Lando Norris, and I can now just sit behind him like I was doing with Perez. And if I want to, I can overtake because Perez is all the way up there. Okay, so Noda's going to make life a bit difficult though. He is getting a bit closer to me. Can you like sod off? Nope, he's going to go for the move, which means I'm going to have to go for the move on Lando. Never mind, Lando blocks me off, invites Tsunoda to go for the both of them, and he is going to get both, and there is nowhere for me to go back past. Maybe a little switcheroo on the inside. Who's got DRS? It's me and Tsunoda. But Lando, he's fighting hard. He ain't letting this one go. And he's going to go for it on Tsunoda, which ain't going to give me a gap. Now I've got Ocon going around the outside of these two. Oh, it's all kicking off. Okay, could we relax a little bit, boys? We're getting a little bit too mental. I can't keep up with all the commentary. You know, it's difficult. Lando and Tsunoda still going wheel to wheel. And finally, Tsunoda actually gets the place. Shit. I mean, yes, I still get DRS, but I've lost 2 places. Hang on, nope, Lando's going for it again on Tsunoda. Tsunoda completely cocks up the corner, invites me to go around the outside. You don't see an overtake here, like ever, but I've managed it. What a driver against the AI. I always like demean myself. Every time I do a nice overtake, I have to remember it's an AI, it's not impressive, but just let me have that one, that was quite cool. Now I've got DRS again, and I've got a nice gap to Lando, meaning I don't have to use all my ERs escaping from Tsunoda. I don't have to overtake Lando, I can just chill. Looking at the tyre wear, now I don't know if I should stop. I don't think I am. I think I'm going to just go until the game tells me to. The original strategy, which was the next lap, is when I'm going to stop, because although the tyre wear is low, the car is actually very snappy and not very fun to drive, but the lap times still aren't that dreadful, so I might just stick it out. Okie dokie then, lap number 12. This has gone horribly wrong. I've run out of overtake, and there's a Tsunoda right behind me, and he is catching me, and he is definitely gonna go for a move. Where's he going? He's going outside, so I will quite happily take the inside line into turn 1. He is going to outbrake me, but I've got a better line, and I keep the place. Little scare, but that's okay. Now it's time to just drain whatever battery I've got left. And Tsunoda going for it again. He's looking for it. Little bit too far back. If he was like a 10th closer, he would have gone for that. But this is nice. It means that I can actually gain lap time, even though my tyre wear is a bit high, just because of DRS. It's very nice. And I don't know what's going on in those set of corners behind me, all the fast lefts and rights, but I am so horrendously slow through there, and I don't know what's causing it. So I've lost 0.7 of a second to Lando through that sector, a perfect indication to get me in the pits, and Lando comes in as well. The whole grid's come in. That's not really what I was hoping for, to be honest. I was hoping that everyone would stay out and I can undercut them. Yeah, no, this is bad. What kind of stop time are we feeling today, boys? Is it going to be a slow one? No, it's another good stop. I'll tell you what, they might have, like, phantomly, secretly changed these pit stops, because I was getting so many bad stops, like 33% chance every time I went in the pits. Now, it actually seems alright, so fair play. Right, I've done 1 lap on these hard tyres, and it's already enough to tell me that I should have stopped a lap earlier, because the tyre wear was already low. And these tyres are so much faster than the mediums, and, well, it's now not looking great for me. I'm going to exit the pits where I was in P11, but hello, Ocon. Goodbye, Ocon. I can't fight that. I have had no ERS this entire race. It just hasn't been there for me. So I'm now back where I started in this race. Not brilliant, although to be fair, there's literally nothing I can do about it. I'm driving pretty well, like as well as I can, as well as I normally do. And yeah, this is just the car at this point, which, to be fair, yeah, I shouldn't be in P12 anyway. The car's pace should be around P20. So P12 is still good, but I was looking for points, you know, and especially because I want to outscore Alpine by the end of the season. There's currently an Alpine ahead of me. It's not great, really, is it? Tell you what, Ocon looks a bit on the slow side, to be fair. I mean, he's lost a second to Checo, and even though I'm messing up a few corners, I'm still staying right with him. I reckon if I just keep saving ERS like I am finally getting the chance to do, there could be a little sneaky move, but where am I going? This has been a horrible lap so far, but there is a chance for a little P11 here, I reckon. Right, I think I've finally figured out how to not lose half a second to the AI through this part of the track, and all it takes is just using hot lap ERS through here, and as you can sort of see, I'm not losing half a second anymore. I'm actually gaining a little bit of time, so finally got that sorted. We're up to nearly 60% on the ERS-age, which is very nice. Esteban Ocon still looking... He's got quicker and better, but still not great, and to be honest, no one else really is as well. I'm actually cooking on the hard tyres for once. This is impressive. I really badly need someone to start scrapping, because like the way it stands, no one's going to move anywhere because we're all the same. We're all doing the same lap times, like almost identical lap times. Even with my slightly better straight line speed, there's no passing any of the cars ahead. In fact, there is only like 4 seconds between me and P2 at the moment. I just need someone within the next like 3 cars ahead of me to go for an overtake. That's all it takes for me to maybe do a little third party-age and maybe get back into the points. That's what I need. Start fighting. There you go. That is exactly what I was looking for. Someone just had a massive lock-up after the DRS, and there might be a little chance here. Round the outside of Ocon, he's on the curb. Yeah, you're finished, blood. Might have crashed into him a little bit, but you know what? Just let me have it, okay? Thank you. All right, so now I've got that move done. We have a yellow flag up ahead. I believe that's going to be the Ricken? Why have I just said a random, like, German footballer's name? His I don't know what I'm trying to say. His stranded car is off the sides of the track, so he's out of the race. That's not going to cause anything, which is a bit cringe. I feel like that should cause like a safety car or something. He is in the way. If someone locks up, they will crash into him. And now, Ocon, you can try and overtake. I've got ERS now. That's quality. If I just do the same thing again, where I harvest about 50% ERS, I can definitely dump it down the main straight and get a move off Perez and get back into the points. That is actually very doable. Alright, I think next lap is when I'm going to go for it on Perez. I should have about 60% overtake left by that point, and I'm just going to dump all of it and then absolutely send it up the inside of turn 1. That is going to be my amazing plan. Oh, brake. Alright, come on then, Perez. Let's be having ya. I'm going to go down to 50% overtake, and then I'm going to go on to hot lap, and then dump it. Go. Come on. Dun, dun, da, 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 dun, dun, da, 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 da. Round the outside, I don't know when to brake. Round turn 1. Go on, stick it. Yes. Go. Round there. Big oversteer stoppage. Go. This isn't over yet. I'm going to have to do a little switch of brewskis. I can't because there's an Alpine going for it. Round the outside. And then inside line, I've gone wide again. Can I stop going wide every single corner? Perez is going for it again. Light on the brakes. That is the worst racecraft I have ever showed going for an overtake in my life. And it has cost me big time because, yes, I'm back into the points, but I am miles away from any sort of DRS. That is cooked. Right, yeah, it's over for me. I have completely and utterly cocked this up for myself. Here comes Perez. He's not going for the move for some reason. Why is he not? Hello, Perez? Why are you What's he waiting for? No, honestly, what is he cooking? Why did he not go for it? He definitely has the capabilities to go more than 320 kph, and he just sort of didn't. That was odd. Right, Perez, you actually going to go for it this time? Yes, he is. Checo Perez, before DRS even opens, is through. Now, if I can avoid being overtaken by Ocon, this might not be so bad. No, he's going to go to the inside. What a prick. I don't like that. Late braking, round turn 1. I don't know why I've been really bad at racing today. It's been pretty shocking, but at least now, what I can try and do is stay with Perez and then just try and overtake him into turn 1 on the final lap. That's all I can really do at this stage. But that plan isn't going to work because I am losing seconds, not second, tenths, not even that, hundredths, into Sector 2 again, which is just extremely cringe. Alright, final lap of the race. I've got DRS, but I am miles away from Checo, so I'm not overtaking him. In fact, I'm about to lose a place to Ocon, so my incredible strategy of overtaking Perez has gone horrifically wrong. There might be one more chance into turn 4, but that's all I've got. Here we go then. Overtake enabled, DRS enabled. Am I going to get anywhere close enough for a move? The answer is no. So after coming up with this really good scheme of saving ERS so I can go for the move on Checo into turn 1 worked, apart from the fact that I did some of the worst racing I have ever done in my life, out-braking on every single corner, braking way later than I ever needed to, and completely cocking it up and actually lost DRS to the next car ahead. Then Checo gets back past me. Didn't think it was such a bad thing because I could just re-overtake him on the next lap, but I had no ERS, and that has been the main issue with this race. I've had no ERS whatsoever. The most I've had is like 60, and that's after charging it up for 7 laps. We come round the final corner, we gain 1 place on the day. Should have scored points, but actually no, I didn't even gain a place. I started P11, didn't I? So I actually finished where I started, and that's just, I'm not happy with that. I didn't drive very well. Those final 5 laps were absolutely cooked. Like, those were some of the worst laps I have ever driven on this game. That was abysmal. Every single corner, I missed my braking, missed the apex, or went wide, or had a snap of oversteer. That was shocking. Well, there's the final results of the... Well, that's P7, the constructors gone then. How? No, seriously, how has Gasly done a P7 to P2 in the 3rd worst car on the grid? Ow, I've just chinned my wheel. Has he done that then? I have no idea, but that's really bad. So that's, yeah, P7 in the constructors is gone. RB didn't score points, so I guess we're only 10 behind them still. Not really doable. Theo Porsche finished ahead of 1 driver, 4 seconds off Stroll, only half a second ahead of Magnussen. Of course, Zhou Guanyu was in the mixture. He DNF'd. The standings are going to look very interesting after this race, though, because George Russell, championship leader, didn't score points. Hamilton, who was like 3 points behind, oh no, I think he was 7 points behind, I don't remember. He's finished 4th and got 12 points. Leclerc wins the race. So the drivers now looks like this. Leclerc leads. That is a horrid weekend by George Russell. That's shockingly bad. That might have just single-handedly took him out of the championship. I mean, 22 points isn't a lot, but, you know, 22 points in 2 races ahead of the other 2 drivers. That's insane. Leclerc goes from P3 to P1 Verstappen. You know, he's only 5 points off Russell, 27 points off the leader. It's not impossible. We're still P13 and 14 overall. Gasly shoots all the way up to 10th. He actually only gained 2 places, but yeah, now the constructors, this is going to be some grim reading. Yeah, that's tough. So Alpine are now 25 points ahead. They were only 7 points ahead before the weekend. Now they're 25, so that's quality. And then RB, they're within 10 points. It's doable, but I'm going to need a Gasly performance. I'm going to need a podium to secure it. So that's going to be all from me. I'm not too sure if to feel happy or sad because P11 is still a really good result, but I do feel like I should have got P8, maybe P7 in that race. But that's going to be all from me today. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, all the good stuff. And I will see you a lot in my next video. Goodbye.